3 weeks into the Trump presidency, and it has been a rocky and rocky road, publicly and behind closed doors. Let's discuss now. CNN political commentator Simone Sanders is here. Jack Kingston is a former senior advisor to the Trump campaign. And CNN political commentators Alice Stewart and Angela Rye. We have one dude here. I don't know if you guys heard that comment earlier. Someone got called a dude on the air. It was pretty funny.
You can call. I've been called a lot worse.
Right on this show, too, Jack.
Dude. Bill Press saying dude. That was unique.
I thought the Black Robes Matter was pretty clever too. And so did my mom, who just texted me about
Black lives do still matter, though, Don. Just in case there were any questions. Black lives do still matter.
Black Robes matter too. How about
lives.
that? Yeah. All right. So before we go down this rabbit hole, Simone, let's talk about some of the troubles inside the White House this week. Kellyanne Conway taking a lot of heat for hawking Ivanka Trump's clothing line on Fox. Now both ranking members of the House Oversight Committee, the Republican Jason Chaffetz and the Democrat Elijah Cummings, sent a complaint letter to the Government Ethics and Office, and they wrote in part here, we request that you use authority Congress granted to you under the Ethics in Government Act of 1978 as amended to recommend to the head of the officers or employers agency that appropriate disciplinary actions such as reprimand, suspension, demotion, or dismissal be brought against the officer or employee. How bad is this for Kellyanne Conway?
Look, it's bad. Kellyanne Conway broke the law. I think Angela said it earlier this week on CNN that she was given a QVC commercial. Was this QVC or was it Fox News? So look, I think this is indicative, though, of a larger issue of the Trump administration and their people, that they don't know the rules, that they are dead set on appending the entire process, but they don't know the process. You can't really break the rules unless you know them, and you can't bend them and, figure out what works for you. And so this is an administration that is definitely going through some issues, and they are not above the law. I think we saw that with the ruling in the Muslim ban case, and we're seeing that with this letter from, the ranking member and the leader of the House Oversight Committee. Like, these are just not things the Trump administration can do and get away with, and they're learning that harshly, if I might
Jack,
add.
do you think there should or will be some disciplinary action?
I think what Sean Spicer said in his press statement the other day, that she had been counseled, I think that's what's happened. And frankly, I think the left loses so much credibility when they go after non-stories like this. I watched the press release. I saw it live. There was nothing. It was a throwaway line. It was kind of a go-team comment. Now, I understand in Washington, uptight, particularly Trump, they've got to be held to a higher standard than anybody who's ever walked the planet Earth. But the reality is, it was a throwaway comment. I mean, the left should be going after real serious policies instead of this kind of thing, Don.
Don, I'd just like to know the left isn't going after them.
Let me just chime in here really
Jason
quick.
Chaffetz.
So as a Hill staffer, and Congressman, I know you know this, so I'm actually really surprised by your answer. I was expecting this would be a moment of bipartisan agreement for us.
Oh, no. You're picking on my girl Kellyanne. I'm not gonna let it happen.
I love Kellyanne personally, but as an attorney, Kellyanne should also know better. Of course, you know, on the Hill, on the House side in particular, there's a committee on ethics. There are ethics rules that members of the House and their staff have to abide by. The distinction here is Kellyanne has a law, as Don cited, from 1978 that applies to her as a member of the staff, of the executive branch staff, and it doesn't apply to Donald Trump. One of the things that I would like to see Congressman Cummings do, Congressman Chaffetz do, is ensure that these same ethics rules and laws apply to the president. That is the biggest problem. So now you have staffers who worked for him on the campaign, who are now part of his staff at the White House, who think that they can be Teflon Don just like him, and laws don't apply.
Angela,
hold on, everyone, please, before you respond. Let's play this moment so we can look at it and then analyze it properly, and then we'll talk. Play it, please.
Go buy Ivanka's stuff is what I would tell you. I hate shopping. I'm going to go get some on myself today. It's a wonderful line. I own some of it. I'm going to give a free commercial here. Go buy it today, everybody. You can find it online.
Alice?
Don, I think it's important actually to look at the entire clip in its context. We all know Kellyanne. She is a serious, hard-nosed worker and employee and loyal to the president. She was asked a question about Nordstrom dropping Ivanka's clothing line. She answered it in a serious manner. And then, as Jack said, she gave a off-the-cuff, lighthearted response, lightheartedly and as a joke. And that's exactly how it came across to me. And those who are making a big deal out of it, I think, are barking up the wrong tree. And as for whether or not she'll face any disciplinary action, hot as the Washington Post just released a story in the last hour that she has hired her own chief of staff. So that is hardly the action the president's going to give someone in his senior management position by allowing them to hire their own chief of staff.
And if I'm not mistaken, I think it's up to the president to bring disciplinary action.
That's
but listen, I mean, we all know Kellyanne Conway. Some of us longer than others. I think, Alice, you've known her for a decade. I'm not sure how long you've known her, Jack. She is a professional, and she, you know, whether you like what she says or how she does it, she is very good at her job. She's also very responsive to the media. But this is a whole another thing when you are the leader and you're representing the leader of the free world, and there are rules in place. You should be abiding by them, and maybe it was a throwaway line, but the question is, should she have known better? That's all I'm asking.
But I don't think she would have done. I mean, keep in mind the format was Fox and Friends. I mean, it's a lighthearted morning show. They don't really get into the heavy policy.
All right, Jack.
So this was a throwaway.
Jack.
You know what?
Don't make
Why
me
is
throw
the
something
bar
at the
so
camera.
low for Donald Trump and his administration? No, that is
y'all
not
should
okay.
be attacking
Why is the bar
Kellyanne
so
for
low
health
for Donald
care
Trump
or
and
for the
his
No
wall.
one is
administration?
attacking Kellyanne Conway. We just said, hold on, Jack. We all just said nice things about her. No one is attacking Kellyanne. We're simply analyzing the actions of a senior advisor to the President of the United States on a show that is considered a news program on a news network.
All right, but let me ask the ladies, since I'm the only dude. Did any of you run out and buy the clothes based on that ad? Or do you know anybody who based on that statement?
We'll be right back.